listening to New Roads, New Rules, the podcast where women come together to navigate life's big transitions with honesty, humor, and a whole lot of heart. Here are your hosts, Sandi and Terri. Real women, real talk, and ready to ride.
But you're my bestie for life. Yeah, you're the family I choose. Yeah, the best till the end. We can get through this together.
Hey everyone, welcome to our season finale. Sandi, can you believe it?
No, not at all. I cannot believe it. It's crazy.
Season 3 is coming to an end here.
Yes, it is. And I hope that, well, not only that, but it's also a new year.
It's a new
right?
year, yes.
So,
yeah, I mean, the first week of January. Happy New Year, everybody. So this week, for our season finale, we're going to talk about the new year, same us, but with better intentions, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Every new year, people make resolutions, the good intentions that last maybe 12 days, maybe less, how we set goals that actually work, or at least give us a great story to laugh at the end, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. I think it's really, it's a great, it's definitely a great subject to talk about this time of year, right? Especially after we've enjoyed all of the holidays and now all of a sudden we are expected to be better people overnight.
Right. Yeah. Overnight, literally overnight. We might've been up past midnight last night and, drinking, but today we're going to be new people. So
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And it's about sticking to these, I can't even talk. Sorry. These resolutions, but I'm telling you, I haven't even started mine yet. So I feel like then I'm okay. I'm batting 100. Right.
I think I might have, failed by 10 a.m. So, we're doing good. We are doing good.
Yeah.
Let's talk about why resolutions feel so big, right?
Right.
There's a lot of pressure January brings. We talked about last week with the financial ones that January is a good time to start, because it's fresh and all of that. But I think they're put some pressure points on us too.
Yeah, agree. I think that, and it also depends on the resolution too, right? Because sometimes we have these huge goals,
right?
And we put the pressure on ourselves as well,
right?
But with that, so it's not only fresh hope and fresh year and fresh planners and everything else, but there's fresh guilt around it.
Absolutely,
too. So
absolutely.
I think we need to talk about that,
right? And how to make those changes that we can actually keep past January and throughout the year, right?
Right. So I think it's important that we don't make the resolutions so big that we're breaking them down into more achievable goals.
Right. Absolutely. Yep. All right. So, there's some research out there probably, Sandi. Don't you probably maybe have some research?
Yeah. So I tried to think of the things that, are popular for New Year's resolutions. So the very first thing, no surprise here, is gym membership surge, right? Yep. So according to the International Health, Racquet, and Sports Club Association, January accounts for about 12% of all new gym memberships for the entire year. Yet, about 50% of those, the new members stop going within 6 months.
Yep. Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. No, I mean, my treadmill should be used as a coat rack by February. So I get it. I get it. It's crazy. Another one is, the diet plans, companies like Nutrisystem, Weight Watchers, that Noom app that people use. They see traffic spikes of 30 to 60% in January, but research shows only 9% of those people feel they stick with their resolutions long term. So there's 9% sticks to it.
Yeah.
So
that's crazy. That's such a crazy low number, but that's because if they're anything like me, by January 15th, we've spent like $300 trying to eat better, but then we're still heating up the pizza rolls. Right?
Exactly.
But it's so true, because I think sometimes we have the best intentions.
Right.
So we buy something like that, but then, we're snacking on other things, we're buying other groceries. And so I have a little tip around this. So I don't know if this, I don't know if it's like a weight loss thing, but it plays into eating better and financially saving money. So I, during COVID, bought the HelloFresh.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
I loved it. I loved that they came with the recipe, and then they also came with all the individual ingredients that were needed.
Right.
And it occurred to me somewhere through the process that I might be saving money, right? Because especially if you're just like two people in the household,
right.
or for four even, like you can get, I think back then it was like you could get sets for two, meals for two, meals for four, whatever. We had 3 people. So I would always get the meals for 4, and then, either somebody ate more or we had leftovers.
Right.
So, but it occurs to me, when you get them packaged that way. So let's say that the recipe calls for sour cream.
Okay.
I know that's not the healthiest, but I'm going to just say
that's okay.
Instead of buying a big thing of sour cream, you might only need like 2 ounces. You're not wasting money by buying this whole big thing of sour cream, because one recipe calls for it.
A tablespoon. Yeah. Right.
So I think that and also I hear nowadays you can get healthier options, right? So I would say something like that might be easier to stick to than like a Nutrisystem, right? Because this Nutrisystem, yes, you're getting all your meals and stuff, but you still have potential to buy other things. Like this, I think, saves money on groceries. Right.
I also feel that Nutrisystem, if I'm not mistaken, it's like the frozen flash food, right? So that HelloFresh is fresh food that you're cooking and everything. I think by doing that, instead of just taking that thing and popping it in the microwave and heating it up and then eating it, you're taking the food, the fresh vegetables and everything in that kit, and you're actually making it. You're teaching yourself
to eat better,
because
to
cook for yourself, to proportion it properly, things like that. You're getting in the habit of that, instead of the habit of just pulling it out and shoving it into a microwave.
Agree.
So I think that's good.
I did Nutrisystem years and years ago, before it was frozen, when it was just the powdered stuff, and you added water to it.
Oh, really?
That's what you ate. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's awful. Oh my God.
I mean, so it was all processed.
Right. So you're not learning anything. And that's why people put weight back on, because who eats like that normally?
I know.
You're going to go out to eat, and you're just going to start gorging, so.
Yeah. It helped with I think because you had snacks that you could have, you ate consistently throughout the day, but it wasn't necessarily the most tastiest. And I think maybe that's why they went with the frozen. They've changed since then. This was a long time ago. But anyway.
Oh my gosh.
I digress.
Right.
So also another point is spending on self-improvement, which we touched on recently. Right. But Americans spend about $55 billion annually on self-improvement. So the biggest spikes are in fitness programs, supplements, and planners in January.
I am in the planner category there. Yes, I am all about a good planner. And I end up getting a couple of them because, again, I am not one to journal. Maybe that should be my goal this year. I don't usually make resolutions, but I can have goals. And that could be one of them. But I flip through, I want the calendar. I want the to-do list. I want that because it keeps me on track. And I'm good at writing things down and seeing it. But it's got all these
journaling pages.
I know. Drives me crazy.
I know. So it's so funny because we spent like the first 2 seasons talking about journaling,
Right.
and it still comes up every now and
Right.
then.
And we've added it to our website. So
And we're absolutely not putting down journaling.
no,
It's just
I need to do it more.
you
often.
have to do it in the best circumstances, right? So like even with planners, you're right. I used the one that we have together, which is a planner / journal.
Right.
And I use that for like kind of a timeline of my business that I wanted to do. Right.
Right.
And but I'm not journaling. I'm not saying anything about like how I feel about it or what I'm doing or whatever. So I think it's because, and again, everybody's different, but I'm so tied to the computer. So even with the planner now, I'm not really writing it down.
Right.
I am so used to being on a computer. I'd rather just put it on my calendar on my computer.
Right.
Or my phone.
Right.
Or even my notes section of my phone. You know what I mean?
Well, and that's like, I'm the opposite. Like I'm on the computer all day. I like the written one because I can just look at it and know, okay, I've got this coming up without having to go back on an electronic thing because after a while my eyes are killing me and I don't want to look at another computer.
I hear what you're saying. I see the benefit in that too, but I feel like I'm not always going to have that journal with me. Whereas,
I use my calendar on my phone. I believe me. I have it on there, but I will write it down because again, it also then sinks into my brain.
Right. And then we also talked about the supplement part, which we talked about that on a previous episode too. So it does help to have them in a place where you're going to remember to take them daily.
Yes, absolutely. Because out of sight, out of mind, and you're not going to take them. And a lot of those supplements come in like subscription, where you're being charged every month and they show up.
Yes.
So you want to eat them
or you have to take them or you're canceling
it. So let's talk about why resolutions fail. According to psychology research, one of the top things is that the resolution's too vague. You want to get healthy. Yes, everybody wants to get healthy, but it's too vague, right? So maybe start out with, I'm going to start walking 15 minutes a day. And whatever, narrow it down, things like that. The resolution's too big. I need to lose 150 pounds instead of like, okay, this month I'm going to try to lose 5 pounds. Or, my big thing is drinking water. I'm supposed to I think it's like 96 ounces or some shit like that. Well, I'm like, that's going to drown me. So I just got a soda stream because I like sparkling water. And so they have liter bottles. So I have 2 1-liter bottles in my refrigerator. And I try to go through, and I'm just filling it up and going through there. And by the end of the day, not realizing I've gotten like 5-6 liters in. So, I break it down. Too perfection driven. Like you're going to mess up. You're going to screw up. You're going to eat something wrong. You're not going to exercise one day. I mean,
that resonates with me a lot, actually, because I know some people, they really do get a lot out of like those Biggest Loser contests where you have friends. So I have a group of friends that always want to do weight loss contests.
Right.
The first couple times I did it, I would see like I wasn't making as much progress as everybody else.
Right.
So I quit. I was like, in my mind, kind of like girl math.
Right.
I actually was just like, oh, well, I may as well go eat that cheeseburger then.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's terrible.
So just because you mess up once, you don't need to quit, just, you got to give yourself some grace, and also your brain prefers habit stacking and small wins because it's getting that, feeling of accomplishment,
Right.
So just break it down to the smallest things, baby steps to the elevator, just little baby steps. And that way you get used to it and you get into it. Right.
Agree. So let's talk about some resolutions that don't make us want to crawl back into bed under the blankets.
Right.
Like, let's talk about like, what we can do. And I just want to talk about resolutions that we might actually keep. So this section I'm going to call the unresolution.
Okay.
All
right.
So this is what things not to do this year that can help us with resolutions, right?
Yes.
So one is don't overpromise.
No.
This is something you and I talked about so many times,
Yep.
right? So if you want to protect your peace, don't overpromise. Don't
Right.
overextend yourself.
It's okay to say
you
no.
It's okay to say no. Don't sign up for 4 gyms. Don't sign up for 1 if you're not going to go.
Right. Or don't sign up for the apps. They got all the exercise apps.
Right.
Don't sign up for
Right.
12 of them.
No, don't do it. Don't buy a Peloton because your coworker looks happy. Listen, or your sister or your
Right.
brother, or whoever has a Peloton. It might be working for them. But just
Try
you have
theirs.
to.
I would
that's a
try theirs
huge
bef-
commitment.
right.
Yeah.
Try
Go to
theirs.
their house. Yeah. It's a huge commitment.
Right.
It's not, just make sure this is what you want before you buy something.
Right.
Like that.
Exactly.
And then don't start a diet that doesn't allow coffee, joy, or carbs.
Right.
And we talked about cheating. You can't just be on a diet all the time.
No, you have to have a cheat day, and it's not the day where you're going to go in and eat 4,000 calories, but have that cookie or have those chips, the one day. Otherwise you're going to just hate it all. Like you're going to be miserable.
Absolutely. So I have to tell you the coffee thing. I was drinking 0 coffee and 0 caffeine actually.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started drinking 1 cup of coffee a day, which I was happy with. I was happy with that. And then now I'm up to 2. So
yeah,
I think I might have to start like going back down.
Right.
So
right.
I know 2 cups of coffee is not a lot,
Right.
but it's the caffeine I was trying to stay away from. And also I drink it black. So it's not like I'm putting a bunch of sugar or cream in my body.
Right.
It really is just black coffee. But I also, again, it was the caffeine I was more concerned with.
Right. No, I get it. So let's talk about some resolutions that we can keep, right?
Yeah.
Drink more water, but not so much you need to pee every 3 minutes. I mean, again, I'm the water one. It's a hard one for me. Walk a little more. When I started the whole walking thing, I found out from my friend that the park that we walk at is 1 mile all the way around. And so instead of, okay, I need to walk 5 miles, because that gets me so many steps, right? So I'm like, all right, well, then I just need to walk 5 times around this park. It's how you put it in your mind. So, if you're going to tell me, okay, we're going to walk 5 miles, I'm going to be like, what the fuck? But I go to the park and I just walk around 5 times. I'm done and it didn't faze me at all. Right.
Right.
Actually take the vitamins that you order, right? Actually take them. One thing that I've done recently, because during the holiday season, my email got so inundated from promotional emails from every company, for shopping, unsubscribe to at least 10 email lists. Go in there and unsubscribe to them. Like, it felt so good to clean some of that up. I'm like, oh, good. I don't want to hear from you. I don't need you. I don't need to hear from you right now. Right.
Right. Exactly.
Try to,
and it's so funny too, because you could buy one thing like 3 years ago and they are relentlessly sending.
Right.
It's so good to unsubscribe.
It is so good to unsubscribe. And I mean, and even sometimes when you go on to something and you're trying to get information or whatever, they're like, subscribe to, you put your email in if you want this information. And I'm like, oh God, like I don't want
to get all this.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't want all that. Learn one new tech thing without calling your kid. Can we do that?
I mean, we do it anyway.
We do it.
I don't think you and I rely on our kids for tech stuff. I mean, I think that you can learn anything on YouTube or ChatGPT. Like, they'll teach you. Right.
Exactly.
When I get stuck, I totally use AI to help me figure it out. I remember I was trying to do an org chart and I was like, how do I convert a Excel worksheet into an org chart? And it gave me all the steps. It was fine.
Yeah.
So I think, but you are probably better at it than I am. I still ask you questions, right? So, and that's not too shabby for some Gen Xers that are not.
Exactly. Exactly. Speaking of Gen X, let's protect our peace, like Gen X style, right?
Yes, I know which way. That's just playing some 80s music, dancing around the kitchen, turning on
Exactly.
some John Hughes movies when you need
Right.
to.
When you need to, like, but
Remembering what it was like in a easier, simpler time.
right, without the cell phone attached to your hand. But it is important to protect your peace. You're only
Yes.
accountable to yourself. You don't have to explain yourself to somebody else.
Agree.
You don't have to, just protect your peace. That's the most important. And I think best, if you want to call it, resolution for everybody to do. Protect your peace.
You know what protects my peace?
What? Sex?
No, that is not what I was going to say. You know what? It protects my peace is knowing that there is no evidence of our early 20s because
Oh
we
my
did not have
God.
social media. We did not have, pictures on our phones. We didn't have any of that.
I know.
That's what protects my peace.
I am so, so, so grateful for that. Holy
I know.
crap. I mean,
know.
my kids seeing some of the things that we did. Holy shit.
No, I know.
And the hair and the outfits. Oh my gosh.
There is no evidence. I mean, there's pictures here and there, but
Right.
it's not like we took pictures of us, doing bad things.
No, we did not. We did not. So do you make resolutions, Sandi?
So not really. I do. We talked about how the new year, and I think we talked about this last week.
Right.
New year, new week. There are new beginnings, things
Right.
that happen where I'm like, oh, I should set a goal or whatever. But I feel like I set more goals than I do resolutions.
Right.
And so for this year, I think, 2025 was such a transitional year
Right.
for me. My goals are going to all be around, where my future lies. And that means like, where am I going to reside? And
Right.
also making sure that I am financially stable as a single person.
Right.
Which I've already started, as we talked about last week
Right,
on the financial podcast, but like continuing on those paths and setting goals around those things, right?
Right.
Like how much do I want to save or where do I want to live and things
Right,
like that.
right.
So I set little goals. I don't really set resolutions, but definitely the beginning of the year is when I'm thinking about those things.
Oh, yeah.
I also transitioned. I said last week on the financial podcast that I used an Excel sheet and I transitioned to Google Sheets now. So
There you go.
which is nicer because for 2026, I don't have to see where did I save that my most recent,
Right.
you know what I mean, budget spreadsheet.
Exactly.
So now they are on Google Sheets and I can get to them wherever I am.
Right. That's good. That's
so-
good. Yeah. This year, my goal, because at the end of last year, I started a new business and I started up a new business that I'm very excited about.
Yes.
And so this year, my goal is to build that because my ultimate goal is to be more tied to my laptop, so to speak, than me having to be physically somewhere to earn money. I want a better work-life balance.
Agreed.
And so that is, I need to build this new business up so that way that can happen. And also, figuring out what this year, my youngest is graduating from college. So I will be done with kids in college. And she does want to, get a job and get her own place. And when that happens for the first time in, I don't know, 30 years, I will literally be living on my own. Like nobody else will be living with me. And not that that's a bad thing. It's just, that'll be something 30 years. I've had somebody with me.
Well, I've never, ever, ever lived on my own.
Oh my
ever.
gosh. Yeah.
So
it'll be, an adjustment and see how that goes, but as long as I am, my business is building and I'm earning money and, all of that, I'll be fine, but it's just an adjustment. So
yeah. I think it's going to be really interesting for you to see that business grow.
Yes.
I also think this empty nester thing is something that maybe our roadies can relate to.
Right.
I know a few of our friends have been going through that.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's interesting because we are so proud of our children, right?
Right.
When they get out on their own and they're successful in their field. But it is an adjustment.
Right.
So
it is.
It's going to be really, and maybe we should do a podcast about that.
Yes. Well, after June,
Yes.
But
or
no,
maybe
we
before, because we might want to do it before
Prep
to prepare you. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, maybe I do need some prep. Because that'll be a big thing. And
you know what we could do? We could always just go to one of those 55 and older communities and get a place.
I am not ready for that. I am not doing that yet.
I'm just teasing because, my daughter and her boyfriend are talking about getting out on their own too. So
Right.
it's going to happen.
It's going to happen. The time is here. Like the time is here. It will happen.
It is. I am kind of looking forward to living on my own. I have never done that before, so that'll be interesting.
She's not around a lot. It's not like I'm,
Right.
but completely on my own. Like every decision will be mine and don't have to listen to anybody, I'm looking forward to it, but it's just, again, it just hit me the other day, like thinking about it. Cause her and I had talked about, what's going to come of this year and whatever. And, she's just like, yeah, I want to get my own place. And I'm like, I have not been by myself, for 30 years, because
Wow.
my ex-husband and I lived together prior to getting married. And, I had a roommate, you being one of them,
Right.
and whatever. And then, and then we had kids. So, so it's just like, wow.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Wow.
So crazy.
All right. So let's turn the tables here for our listeners. It's your turn to tell us and talk to us.
It's your turn. Let's hear what you have to say.
We would like our listeners to send us your best or worst New Year's resolution. Do you have a resolution that you made once and absolutely should not have made that resolution? Resolutions maybe that you're proud of achieving. You made it and you did it and we want to hear about it. Do you have a funniest January fail? Like, you did get those meal prep kits and you ate it all by Tuesday. And by Wednesday, you're ordering tacos.
Oh, no.
Right? So
you just made me hungry for tacos.
I know. Go to newroadsnewrules.com. You can go on our Roadie Open Road forum and tell us all about it. And let us know what whether you call it goals, whether you call it New Year's resolutions, tell us about it.
Yes, please do. And please share. And actually, going on New Roads, New Rules, the new platform is amazing. Terri did an amazing job designing the new platform. So let's get on there and interact with each other.
Yes, it's so much easier and nicer.
It is. So let's talk about the rule of the week.
And now it's time for the rule of the week.
I think I'm going to start with a rule. I don't know if you have one as well, Terri, but I like this one.
Yes.
So I'm going to go with if your goal is to be a better human, start by being kinder to yourself.
Yes.
Everything else is bonus points.
I agree. I mean, especially women, we're so hard on ourselves.
So true.
We need to be kinder to ourselves. And I do have one. Kind of going along with the theme of our podcast and why we have our podcast. If you can't stick to the plan that you started out with, just rewrite that fucking plan. You know, it's not quitting, it's rewriting and reassessing and, changing the way just that life brings up, because life will bring up things, right? It's so you're not quitting and you don't feel like quitting. So you would make adjustments. And you, again, going back to the only person you're accountable to is yourself. So
it is so true.
Rewrite the plan. If it's not working, rewrite it.
Right. And let's be honest, this is airing on the 6th of January. So you guys may already have your resolutions. And if your resolution was to lose 50 pounds, you want to break that down into smaller achievable goals. You can do that.
You can absolutely do that.
Nobody's keeping count. Nobody's going to be like, but you said, this is all for you. That's what resolutions are about. That's what these goals are about.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Right. So let's do some closing thoughts. I mean, this is our final season 3 finale. Let's wrap this up.
Yes.
I want to thank the listeners for tuning in. I literally have had people tell me how they can't wait till Tuesday to hear the new episode, which kind of blows my mind. Because honestly, when we started this out, I'm like, is anybody going to even listen to us? But here we have people who look forward to listening to us and hearing what we have to say and joining in on the platform and all of that.
Yeah, it's amazing. You. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Especially, thank you too, Terri, because the reason we started this podcast is, I was going through this weird transition and
that
that you had gone through. And I was like, I bet other people can relate to this. Mm-hmm. But this has been so much more than my divorce. Yeah. It's really, I've really had a great time interacting with all of the community, all of our guests. Yeah. And I think there's just so much more that we can be talking about and so much more we can be building and learning. I am grateful. You're right. I am grateful for the listeners, especially the loyal ones that always kind of send their feedback. I know. And I do get calls every now and then from one of my nieces, and she's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you said that," or "I didn't know that," And I appreciate and love that so much.
Me too.
And so I think that I'm grateful for this past year. The first 3 seasons will always be in this crazy year of 2025,
right?
And I'm just looking forward to more fun topics, more interesting things in 2026. And again, I just have to say, we're only as good as our roadies. And so if you roadies have ideas of what we should be talking about in season 4, or if you want to be on, we are here. We want you to, we want you to be on.
On newroadsnewrules.com, you can go there, and at the bottom of the homepage, we do have our contact us form. Fill it out. Tell us your ideas of shows. You want to be on it? Let us know. It's all on there. Just fill it out and we'll get in touch with you. We're looking forward to bigger and better seasons. Absolutely. I listened back to our first ones and I'm like, oh shit, we sounded terrible.
I know. Well, we definitely have better equipment now,
but all of it, just us trying to get through those first episodes, now it's no big deal. We just get on. The first
episode, I have to make reference to the first episode because it was so funny. We've made so many mistakes that we kept going back and rewinding and starting over. Mm-hmm. And there are definitely, if you guys go back and re-listen, I challenge you, go back and re-listen.
Find the bloopers.
You will hear us talk about things that we never talked about in the finished product.
Right.
We said, we just said that. And no, it's nowhere on
there. Yeah.
It's the most hysterical, but I might want to go back and listen just for a laugh.
Yes. And speaking of, the next couple weeks, you will hear 2 of our top episodes. During these 2 weeks off, we are working on some season 4. We're working on some things for season 4. So tune in and listen to a couple of our top episodes for the next 2 weeks. And then we will start season 4. I think it's January 27th it's on, Sandi. Is that
end of January. Yeah, I think it's the last Tuesday in January.
And season 4 will start. And I'm very excited about it.
Yes, Me too.
You know,
Me too.
just a little, here's to 2026. We want everybody's goals to be doable, your intentions to be kind, your resolutions to come with a side of grace for yourself, but for others. The world is crazy right now.
It
and
is.
I think we need a little bit of grace again for ourselves, but for other people. You never know what people are going through. So just kind of take a breath and take a step before, you go off.
Right. And remember, like, everybody is fighting a battle you cannot see.
No, exactly. So hopefully 2026, we spread a little more love and cheer and more empowerment for each other. Right. So
yes, we're here rooting you on, everyone
absolutely.
in our community. We're here for you.
Absolutely. Thanks guys for listening in, and we will see you for season 4 very shortly.
Yes. Happy New Year to everyone.
Happy New Year.
But you're my bestie for life.